We're all wearing blue shirts.
Blue Shirt Thursday.
Yeah, the blue shirt crew.
Was that your gang in high school?
As we found out, oh my gosh, that's terrifying. Yowzers. All right, yeah, we're mailing it in on Halloween of all places, or all holidays. It's not a place.
We
I
keep
guess
that
it's a state of mind.
We keep that Raven to monitor the oxygen levels in the studio.
Right, and to inspire poetry. And also, Dan, to get excited for Week 9 of the National Football League. But before we get to the Thursday nighter, we got to talk hockey, because there was a potential goal of the year candidate.
Yeah, and Flames trying to snap a 2-game losing streak as they went to Nashville to face the Preds. Calgary's lost their first 2 of a 5-game road trip. Down 2-1 in the second. On a power play, Lindholm's pass is intercepted. Uh-oh. Preds, short-handed, 2-on-1. Austin Watson to Kalle Järnkrok. Sew it up. Beats David Briddick. Big save Dave, his fourth. Preds have a 3-1 lead. Still in the frame, Matthew Tkachuk. This is very creative. He's in tight, out of real estate, tries the tweener. Pekka Rinne handles that. No problems there. Late in the period, Flames, man advantage. Tkachuk turns it over. What? Another short-handed odd man rush for Nashville? Järnkrok. Yarner. Calgary allows 2 short-handed goals to the same player in one game for the first time since 1987. Who's the last one? Don Maloney? I think so. Uh-oh. Jeff O'Neill sending out a tweet. He's very creative and funny.
He was worried about the Flames.
That's right. 4-2, Flames down. On the forecheck, Sean Monahan knocks Austin Watson into Ryan Ellis. And then Lindholm's shot went off a stick and in. I think it went off a stick. He's now got 4 goals in his last 5. It's a 1-goal game. 3 minutes to go. Flames all over the Preds. Mark Giordano across to Alan Quine. Quine and Dine, the pride of Belleville. His first of the year, ties this game at 4. Quine. Under 2 to go. Preds. Odd man rush. Colton Sissons to Watson. Oh my, what is happening? What is happening? Back and forth. 40 seconds to go. Calgary net empty. Tkachuk, doorstep, knock, knock. His 5th caps a 4-goal period for Calgary. They needed overtime. Jay mentioned potential goal of the year.
Tkachuk up ice.
Here it is.
5 seconds on the clock. Lindholm has time. Lindholm high slot. Shot blocked. Rebound through the legs. Oh my goodness, what a way to end it. Matthew Tkachuk.
Yeah, so watch closely. He tried the tweener earlier. This one from the hash marks. I've never seen a tweener that far from the net. And it's the game winner for Tkachuk. His first career overtime tally. He had a 3-point night.
By Matthew Tkachuk.
Oda. Yes, he says it's goal of the year. No question.
Puts it in the top corner.
So the Flames escape Nashville with a huge win.
I mean, who would argue with the O-Dog?
Not me.
Habs in Vegas. Nick Suzuki facing his former team for the first time. He was part of the Max Pacioretty deal. Patch is 1 point away from 500 in his career. First period, the other part of that Pacioretty deal, Thomas Tatar. Hurt in a car, call Thomas Tatar. He leaves it for Shea Weber. He stopped. Philip Deneau on the rebound. It's 1-0 Montreal. Near the end of the period, Nate Schmidt, who was injured in the first game of the season, this is his first game back, finds Alex Tuck, who goes 5-hole on Keith Kincaid. And it's 2-1 Knights as we head to the second. Montreal catching a bit of a break. Jonathan Drouin sends it on net. There's confusion. As it turns out, Braden McNabb knocked it into his own net. Montreal ties it at 2. Back to Kincaid.
Shot just wide. Rebound. Oh, Kincaid! Big stop on Mark Stone. 18 stops, Mike, and that is your obvious one for SportsCenter. That was fantastic.
Brian Mudryk on the call. Kentucky Fried Chicken, still delicious.
Dustin Byfuglien's going to need upwards of 4 months to recover from an ankle surgery he underwent last week. Byfuglien was suspended by the Jets on September 21st. This after being granted a personal leave of absence when he chose not to report to training camp. 34-year-old signed through next year. Cap hit of $7.6 million. Jets GM Kevin Cheveldayoff on whether the surgery may be hints at Byfuglien's possible return to the team in the new year.
With the surgery, some will see that as a sign that he's gearing up or that he could play again. I mean, has anything changed in your eyes on that front?
That's, again, he's, from our situation, there's nothing's really changed with the news, with respect to, him having surgery or where he was contemplating it. Again, when we said we weren't directly involved, we weren't directly involved, but obviously, we knew that, he was contemplating that. And as far as what it remains for the future, again, it's something that we'll just have to wait and see.
The Jets' Mark Letestu is going to be shut down for 6 months. It's due to swelling of the heart caused by a virus. Good news is the Jets expect him to be able to make a full recovery. 34-year-old signed a 1-year deal with Winnipeg in the offseason. He hasn't picked up a point in 7 games so far this season.
Patrik Laine will miss his second straight game Friday with a lower body injury. Laine tied for the team lead with 13 points this season, and Brian Little left Jets practice early on Thursday with an undisclosed injury.
Lowry suspended and the injuries you've had, and now Patrick and maybe Brian. I mean, is this testing the resolve a little bit of this group?
I don't know, not resolve, but certainly it's a challenge, right, when you have key pieces kind of coming out of your lineup, whether it's Brian in the first 10 and the injury to Patty. So it's a challenge.
Coach Maurice still optimistic. The Jets, though, have no wins in regulation over their last 8. They will try to change that against the struggling San Jose Sharks. That's right. Evander Kane will be facing his old team Friday, 9 Central, TSN 3.
The 49ers put their 7-0 record on the line in the Thursday nighter against a Cardinals team that just finished a stretch of playing their best football of the season. 3 straight wins before the Saints ended that last weekend. And yes, the Niners' schedule has been weak, but they've won every game. What are they supposed to ask for harder teams to play? It was a good game. The finish. Niners seeking their second 8-0 start in franchise history. Before the game, George Kittle getting a baby wearing his Kittle jersey. And when a baby's wearing your jersey, you get to keep that baby. Opening possession, Chandler Jones' helmet goes right into Kittle's knee. Oh, man, that can't feel good. Needed to be attended to. He was down for a while. He did return in the first quarter. Jimmy Garoppolo connects with his tight end, breaks a couple tackles, and, oh, that's a nice stiff arm, and end zone. Kittle goes 30 yards for the score and ties this game at 7 apiece. 4 seconds left in the second quarter. 14-7 San Francisco. Niners electing to go for it on 4th and goal instead of kicking the field goal. Stuffed. But right before the play, Cliff Kingsbury called timeout to blow the play dead, so the Niners get another chance at 4th and goal. This time, Garoppolo finds Emmanuel Sanders in the end zone. Touchdown. Garoppolo had a new career high, 4 touchdown tosses. Niners make Kingsbury regret that timeout, 4th quarter. Cards are down 11, pinned back at their own 12. Kyler Murray to Andy Isabella. Rookie, has speed, has space, and he gone. 88 yards to the end zone. 3rd longest play in the NFL this season. 2-point convert was good. So the Cards are within 3. Richard Sherman, he lost it on the sidelines. Very upset. 2 minutes to go. 3rd and 9. Garoppolo needs a first down to ice it. Finds Ross Dwelly. It's over. Garoppolo throws for 317 yards. Niners are 8-0. As Garoppolo had a career-high 4 touchdown passes, as I mentioned, and he's the first 49ers quarterback with 4 touchdowns and 300 yards passing since Jeff Garcia in 2000.
What a start to the season for the Clippers, destroying the Lakers, embarrassing the Warriors, and since then, they've gone 1-2, including a loss to the Jazz on Wednesday in Kawhi Leonard's first load management game with the Clips On Thursday, he was facing the team he began his career with for the first time since signing in LA. That would be San Antonio. And he's guarded by another former Raptor, DeMar DeRozan, but he can't stop that. From the baseline, Kawhi comfortable on that court. DeRozan in the Halloween spirit, dressed as Pennywise, the clown from It. Dan wondering why more children weren't dressed as Pennywise.
I guess because of the terrifying factor. Now that I see it.
Mid-first, DeRozan drawing contact, off glass for the end one. He led all scorers with 15 in the first half, and he wasn't the only ex-Raptor to dress up for Halloween. Lou Williams, dressed as Freddy Krueger. That looks very stylish. Patrick Patterson, who played 4 seasons in Toronto. Nutty Professor. Pretty impressive, actually. Real effort. I hope they're not putting the effort in, personally. Williams showed why he's a 3-time Sixth Man of the Year. Catch and shoot 3. Clips up 6.
Heat and Hawks. Undrafted rookie Kendrick Nunn, averaging 21 points through his first 4 games, first quarter. Takes the seems to be a late arriving crowd in Atlanta.
Always is.
Nunn, 17 against the Hawks on Tuesday. 3-point line, knocks down a couple of triples, actually. Nunn had 10 points in the first half. More fans arriving. Third quarter, Nunn. Deep 3 again. He went 4-6 from beyond the line. And then he says, I'll have none of it. Steals. Throws it down the other end. Nunn finished with 28 points, 112 points over his first 5 career games. That's the most all-time by an undrafted rookie in NBA history. Heat are 4-1 out of the gate. The NBA hands down suspensions for Karl Anthony Towns and Joel Embiid. How many games did the big men get? We'll tell you next.
You want to see a good costume? How about this? J.J. Redick. The Lego boy. Lego boy. Nuggets and Pelicans. Jamal Murray, Canadian to Gary Harris. Later, Gary. It's not about sex, Gary. It's about trust. Nikola Jokic. How about this pass? Right to Paul Millsap. Nikola Jokic again reminds me of a young Arvydas Sabonis. He's not your Vetus. He's not my Venus. He's our Vetus. Brandon Ingram throws it down. Zion loves it. Pellies win.
What do you think of them putting the shot clock at the free throw line there on the broadcast?
Why not? I like it. Oh, I'm going to try a different route here. Okay, that worked pretty well. Because we have a lot. Producer Tim very happy about me taking that different route.
Yeah, so hopefully you have a snack and dig into it now. Because
there's a lot to get through.
We need you here. Joel Embiid and Karl Anthony Towns, they've each been suspended 2 games following their altercation Wednesday. After the game, Embiid and Towns engaged in a back-and-forth dispute on social media. Ben Simmons was not fined for this chokehold on Towns. According to a tweet by Shams Charania of The Athletic, Simmons was determined by the league to be acting as a peacemaker in the scuffle. Simmons was seen on top of Towns, calming him down with his arms.
Calming him down with his arms, which everybody was talking about. Nobody's heard that phrasing before. It did remind me a couple of recent incidents on SportsCenter with Jay and Dan.
Of course, I'm in no rush.
I love this. And
Stu Grimson, yeah.
Stu Grimson calming you down. And then there's Timu Solani, again, calming you down with his arms.
Yeah.
Doing a pretty effective job of it, I think.
Just pull back the curtain a little. Stu, fake headlock. Timu, not fake.
No. Timu never faked anything.
No.
During the Devils' 7-6 overtime loss to the Lightning Wednesday, the crowd was quick to boo the hometown Devils on multiple occasions. And after the game, Taylor Hall told NorthJersey.com, quote, "We're kind of battling our own fans at this point. We're 1 for 3 on the power play and we're getting booed. It's a tie game and we're getting booed." That's a tough environment to play in sometimes, especially when you're at home. Lots of speculation that Taylor Hall, who will be an unrestricted free agent at the end of the season, may be heading elsewhere at the trade deadline. Get ready, because we might have something to talk about on Trade Center.
Who at our work here is perusing NorthJersey.com?
I think you know exactly who. Tim, producer, North Jersey Tim.
Riders starting QB Cody Fajardo not at practice Thursday after pulling a muscle in his back Wednesday. Fajardo's status for Saturday's game against the Eskimos not determined yet. And it's big because with a win, Saskatchewan will clinch first in the West.
We just wanted to play it safe with him. We're hoping it's okay. He's getting treatment right now, and we're taking a look at it, but he wasn't out here today because of what happened yesterday. And we're hopeful he can play. We don't know right now, but that's where it's at.
Our former colleague, Derek Taylor, who now calls Riders games on Regina Radio.
Yeah.
Doing everything he can to get on camera there. He wants a taste of the on-camera action.
Fajardo, over the last five games, 9 touchdowns, just 1 INT.
Over 4,300 passing yards this season, leads the CFL in his first season as a starter.
What does the final week of the season kick off with?
Friday night!
Oh! Whoa! Nadesy.
Our audio guy, Nadesy, most of the time he's just shopping for boats online, but he is very much on his game in this show.
He's like a young marshmallow on that board. He's a DJ. Or a whatever. Time for the Jay and Dan Newsroom. Steph Curry expected to be out for a couple of months. Why? Broken left hand. Curry suffered the injury in a blowout loss Wednesday against the Phoenix Suns. On Thursday, Curry, he had a CT scan. He posted this on Instagram. He's always smiling. He loves fuzzy peaches, which are from Canada. So he's probably already back to consuming those.
So the Warriors have 4 healthy players who were on their roster last season. Kevon Looney, Damian Lee, Jacob Evans. Names you're probably not excited about. Draymond's going to have to carry the team.
And this is their first year in the new arena.
It's not going to be pretty. At the Chase Center?
I believe so.
Bianca Andreescu has withdrawn from the WTA Finals with a left knee injury after having an MRI. It was determined she needed to withdraw. She suffered the injury in Wednesday's match against Karolina Pliskova. Andreescu, the 4th-ranked player in the world, was eliminated from championship contention after retiring from her round-robin match with Pliskova following the first set. And we showed it to you on yesterday's show. She was in tears. She wanted to continue on, just couldn't do it.
Man, her body, she's already missed 4 months due to shoulder injuries as well. The New England Patriots officially released wide receiver Josh Gordon on Thursday afternoon. This comes after the 28-year-old was placed on IR last Wednesday after leaving a Week 6 matchup against the Giants. In 6 games with the Patriots this season, Gordon, 20 receptions, 287 yards, 1 touchdown. All of this, once he was placed on IR, was expected, and it did happen.
Mike Garafolo.
NFL Network star reporter Mike Garafolo.
There isn't a nicer guy on the planet than our NFL insider Mike Garafolo. Such a strange intro. Mike, Jamal Adams was not pleased to have his name thrown into trade speculation before the trade deadline Tuesday. How much does this hurt the Jets' hopes of locking up that star safety to a long-term contract?
I think this could be the beginning of the end for Jamal Adams and something that maybe he uses to force his way. I mean, he already said he wants to go play for the Cowboys. Here's what happened based on my understanding. There were calls going back and forth between the Cowboys and the Jets. However, the Cowboys initiated those conversations. The Jets were just calling back. So maybe at some point someone misunderstood and said, hey, the Jets are calling down here to the Cowboys, Jamal. They're trying to trade you. When in reality, they were just fielding offers, listening. I mean, Joe Douglas came in as a general manager after free agency, the draft, everything was open. He's over. He's looking at a roster that is sputtering. He's dying to get his hands on it. If someone is calling him, trying to make an offer, he's going to listen. And frankly, if I'm Jamal Adams, I say, you know what? He put a high value on me. That actually helps me. Come negotiating time, whether the Jets or whoever, you can show your value that way.
Cleveland has not shown their value. They have not lived up to the hype at all. Now frustrations boiling over Baker Mayfield. He left a media scrum earlier this week, so he's the quarterback. He's going to shoulder the blame. Is all the blame his to shoulder?
Listen, let me start with this. The Cleveland Browns, in talking to those folks over there, they absolutely feel like Baker Mayfield could have and should have handled it better. However, they understand the full context of this situation. That is that Baker Mayfield and Tony Grossi, who is the reporter who asked that question, have gone back and forth since before Baker Mayfield was even a Brown. Leading up to the draft, Grossi was the one who reported that Mayfield was demanding to be in first class when he was leaving his visit with the Cleveland Browns. He said he had a spy at the airport. So these two have been at it for a while. I think if anybody else asked that question, Mayfield's not happy about it, but he doesn't storm off like that. So that's the context. However, when you're 2-5 and the expectations are so high, you got to be a little calmer. You got to be able to handle those situations better. Even the Browns have been telling Mayfield that this week.
Okay, so let's end on a lighter note. We saw a picture that you posted on Saturday. You were lying down on two couches.
Talk to me.
Is this your ode to producer Tim, how he gets ready for a show?
This was the middle of our show, Good Morning Football Weekend on NFL Network. I wasn't involved in the segment. I had actually done my work in that segment. So I said, I'm just going to lay down and take a nap. This is the result of my daughter waking up every day at 5:15 a.m., no matter what. If someone could get me a safe, effective way to get her to sleep till, like, I don't know, 5:30, 5:45, let's start small, I'd appreciate it.
I've got two kids. They're 8 and 11. It starts around 11. So there you go, Mike.
Yeah. Awesome. Very encouraging.
Hey, now that Halloween is officially over, a lot of people are going to be turning their attention to holiday shopping now.
But if you're looking to get that perfect gift wrapped up early this year, we've got you covered.
This holiday season, get your kids the one video game you know they'll want. Jay and Dan Fight League 2019. Fight as your favorite SportsCenter grapplers like the fearsome, ruthless, and intimidating Jay Onrait. And as the plucky, optimistic, and much smaller Dan the Ripper O'Toole. Jay and Dan Fight League offers the most realistic graphics, thrilling moves, and authentic scenarios, like Jay pummeling Dan, Jay destroying Dan, and Dan getting his revenge, but whoops, no, that turned into Jay killing Dan. It's nonstop, pulse-pounding, oh my God! That's Bobrovsky's music. Bobrovsky! 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 He's not supposed to be here. Someone get some damn security in here. By God, he's broken Dan O'Toole in half. Jay and Dan's Fight League 2019. Dan O'Toole is sweating like hell.
It's just like a typical show. You're always sweating like that.
Thought Bobrovsky was going to side with me there. Now, you heard my nickname because something on yesterday's show we need to follow up on. Here it is. It's going to be a ripper. That was my nickname growing up.
Really? Because you tooted all the time?
No, I think I ripped things.
Why, you just went around like, I'm Dan.
That's what I did. It was my entire childhood. Bleh, I'm Dan.
The Ripper?
The Ripper, the Ripper.
Because you ripped
The Ripper.
What did you rip? Just paper and stuff? That brings us to our newest segment we're calling The Ripper. Origin story.
Sent my mom a text asking her where it came from. She said, because you never sat down, you were always ripping around, just as you are today. And you did like ripping up things like books. Have a great day, Mom.
Like books? Destroying literature?
Yes.
That's why you're the Ripper?
I'm not reading this.
That would make you a supervillain. You're going to libraries and ripping up all the books.
That's right.
And then the librarian has to come and get you, apprehend you.
So it was not flatulence related.
Okay, fair enough. So now you know. I wish we had one of those old NBC The More You Know things come up now. Time for a brand new edition of everyone's favorite segment.
Oh, yes.
Skirlurkers.
So I think, that's what it takes. I mean, it's just a matter of realizing.
Yes!
We've never had someone appear from behind a curtain.
It never disappoints. Now, my understanding is producer Tim wants us to take a little more time to talk about that amazing Fight League video game. What's that? No, we have to go to break. The Jannies are coming. His favorite set. That leads us to the Jannies. Obviously, producer Tim will have to switch up this graphic very soon. DeAndre Bembry of your Atlanta Hawks. Nice beard.
This is the Pro Fight League. Rashid Yusupov face plants Vinny Magalhaes with a left cross. Yusupov drops Magalhaes.
Matthew Tkachuk in overtime. Goal of the year? Jeff O'Neill certainly thought so. And I agree with everything Jeff O'Neill says.
In that Thursday night, Farrell Cooper on the punt return goes out of bounds, and watch out. There's lots of things on the sidelines. Watch out, watch out. Yo. How the net caught him. Safety net.
That state trooper was getting nowhere near him. He wanted out of the way quick. Nikola Jokic behind the back bounce pass. Just a thing of beauty. Simple basketball play. So effective.
Tough to watch.
Jokic.
Everything happened in that game in Nashville. Here, Rocco Grimaldi and Craig Smith are looking for the puck. Oh, they crash into each other.
Smith colliding with
Grimaldi. They're okay. As yeah, 11 goals scored in that game. Since it was Halloween on Thursday, let's look at some of the best costume from the sports world. Yeah, we saw these. That's Max Domi as the Joker. Austin Matthews, he's Freddie Mercury. This is a jack-o'-lantern. A Raps fan turned his pumpkin into Kyle Lowry's championship ring. This detail is incredible. Wow. So yeah, trick or treat. Well, I have a story to tell you about that. Before going out trick-or-treating with my girls Halloween night, we left all our candy on the step in a big cooking pot. Came back, candy gone, pot gone. But before the girls went to bed, they checked out front one last time, and guess what? The pot came back. They returned it. They put it in a tree. So pot really is everywhere now in Canada. Highlight of the night. This is
past the Lindholm.
This is the easiest highlight of the night we've ever had to pick. Well, we don't pick it, but whoever does, someone. They had an easy job on Halloween night. It is a great gig. They pick the highlight of the night, then they go home.
That's their only job.
Mm-hmm. You blew it. During the Embiid Towns tape, the tweet came from NBA insider Shams Charania, not Charania. And in the top 10 during the dry ball highlight, you called Daniel Scribner Brian Scribner.
He was a high school quarterback in Kansas. I don't care.
Brian Spencer was the coach. That play, though, was a bit of mean-spirited.
It was a bit mean-spirited. I agree with you, Dan. Mm-hmm. Hey, just a reminder, you folks in Winnipeg, we're coming to you Saturday night. We're going to be at the Garrick doing our live podcast. Just a few tickets left. You want to sell that place out. Because we sold out Friday night in Saskatoon.
Yeah. We're coming for you.
Get your tickets, 204. See you there.
Bye. It's okay. Go post something on Instagram. You've only posted 30 things from the Jay and Dan account so far today.
This whole show should just be great hockey
go
players
ahead.
putting Dan in
Do what you have to do.
Oh, aggressive.
I can remember the line again.
Let's do one more. Just one more. One more go.
Let me see the line again.
No, let's do one more.
The Beer Ripper. That was my nickname growing up.
Really? Because you tooted all the time?
No, I think I ripped things.
Aggressive. One more. Because I kind of messed up my opening.
Go post something else on Instagram. You only posted. Okay.
Yes, one more. Here we go. Okay. Diminy, Tim. Okay. Oh, damn. That was a good one.
It was my entire childhood.